Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for joining me this week. So this week I'm going to be talking about a new AI tool that I discovered, and it's called Qwen. Now, if you know my philosophy, I'm not about being overwhelmed and trying to explore thousands and thousands of tools. However, with that being said, I do like tools that are free, and I do like tools that give educators access so that we could try them. So I've been exploring Qwen, which is Qwen by Alibaba. If you're interested in coming to explore this free AI tool with me, then please keep on watching. Okay, today I'm going to be introducing you to a new AI tool called Qwen. But before we do that, I'm going to use Manus to explain to us what all the Qwen models do, and then I'm going to go on to Qwen and we're going to do something useful. Okay, so I wanted to know what Qwen was. It's from Alibaba. It's a broad family of models, each tailored for different tasks. It's not just about code. So there is a Qwen 3 coder, which apparently is as good, if not better, than Claude for coding. I've talked to some developers and some coders, and they've told me actually Qwen 3 coder is pretty comparable, if not better, than Claude. Okay, so what else? It's not just about code. Here's a breakdown of the other uses of the Qwen models, moving from text to more specialized multimodal capabilities. So we've got the core language models, Qwen 1.5 and 2. They're the foundational LLMs that form the basis for the more specialized versions, and they come in various sizes. Okay, so common uses: content creation, like any large language model, you know, writing stories, emails, scripts, even poetry. And then I like how Manus always gives us a little link to the source of where it gets this information. It can summarize and polish text. It can translate between numerous languages, of course, powering chatbots and engaging in role-playing activities, interactive conversations, and of course it can do some reasoning and problem solving. The newer Qwen models have enhanced reasoning capabilities. So I really like how now a lot of the AI tools and companies are coming out with a one-stop shop. Rather than me going to 5 different tabs and platforms and websites to do different things, I can just go to Manus, or I can just go to Poe, or I can just go, for example, to Qwen, and then I can, you know, pretty much one-stop shop. Okay, multimodal models, let's see. So there's the vision language, where the Qwen VL models are designed to understand both images and text simultaneously. Okay, so we can do image captioning, visual question answering, customer support, educational tools. Okay, oh, that's really interesting. What does that say? Creating interactive learning experiences by answering questions about diagrams and other visual content. Okay, accessibility. It can describe images for visually impaired users, which, you know, really promotes that inclusivity. And on-device AI, so smaller versions of Qwen VL are optimized to run on mobile devices and smart glasses for real-time visual assistance. Okay, so there's also Qwen Audio. All right, speech recognition, virtual assistance, sound analysis, music appreciation. There's Qwen 2.5 Omni. That's one of the most advanced models capable of understanding and processing text, image, audio, and even video. It can also generate both text and audio in real time, making it suitable for applications like real-time voice chat. Wow. And then it's got a whole list of the specialized models. So I'm interested to try the Qwen Math. These models are specifically trained to be experts in mathematics, making them ideal for solving complex mathematical problems. Now, we know we wouldn't be using it for that purpose with our students, because we want students to go through productive struggle. We want just to, you know, guide and prompt them, right? But we actually want them to come up with the answers and to solve. So I wouldn't be necessarily using Qwen Math to, you know, for students and encouraging them to find answers to math problems. No, we want them to still develop their critical thinking skills, their problem solving skills, and you know, maybe it could be a check, or maybe we could develop a little chatbot to guide students. Then there's the translation, okay, machine translation. All right, and then there's text to speech as well. So, and as well as the code. So I said, give me some ideas for making a YouTube video that doesn't focus on quizzes or personalized learning. Because if you know my philosophy, I'm about promoting student agency, voice and choice, and really encouraging inquiry-based learning and a focus on conceptual understanding. So I asked Manus for some ideas. So I'm going to use one of these ideas and go into Qwen and see what it comes up with. Okay, so let's see. Video 1, AI Curiosity Engine, deconstructing a complex topic. So this video demonstrates how to use AI to break down a big, intimidating topic into a web of explorable questions, modeling the first stage of inquiry. Oh, I love this. Maybe I'm going to use this one. There's 2 other ideas, so maybe these will be 3 videos. Teaching kids to ask big questions with AI. Wow, I love it already. From what is photosynthesis to how does a forest breathe? So how it works, start with a broad conceptual topic such as climate change, democracy, or the laws of motion. And then here is the prompt that I'm going to put into Qwen to act as an inquiry generator. So initial prompt, follow-up prompt. Okay, so I'm just going to do this, but hang on, let's just go through the other steps before I jump to Qwen. Visualize the inquiry. As Qwen generates questions, you can use a simple mind mapping tool on the screen like Miro or even just PowerPoint shapes to connect the questions. This visually represents how one question leads to another, creating a web of inquiry. And okay, all right, so I'm a middle school teacher introducing the concept of ecosystems. Act as a 5th grade student who is curious but knows nothing. Generate a list of I wonder questions, 10 I wonder questions. I'm just thinking though, I could actually use any large language model for that, right? So I want to actually be, I want to showcase some of Qwen's like maybe coding. So let me go down. Okay, I've changed my mind. This is live, by the way. Let's look at video 2. AI thought experiments, exploring counterfactuals. So this video showcases how to use AI to explore what-if scenarios, pushing students beyond memorization to understand the why behind historical events or scientific principles. I mean, I haven't even started using Qwen yet, and already I love these ideas from Manus, which I'm going to be using with any large language model. And I think I'm going to be sharing separate videos for each of these examples. So that's the second example. The third example, connecting the dots. AI as a cross-disciplinary idea synthesizer. So this video demonstrates how AI can surprisingly find connections between different subjects, helping students see knowledge as an interconnected web. Okay, so this YouTube title is How AI Proves Math is Art and Science is History. So let's go to the prompt. I want to help students understand that ideas travel across disciplines. Explain the connection between the development of fractal geometry and the creation of realistic looking CGI movies. Explain it in a way a high school student would understand. Okay, so this is still like just telling students what it is, right? Let's go back. And I might just use, how about if I just use this first one, okay? I'm a middle school teacher. Let me just copy and paste this and let me show you Qwen. Okay, so here is Qwen. I have not logged in. I have not signed up, so I may have to do that. There's a drop-down menu here that I wanted to show you. So the drop-down menu, you can see there's the coder, which I've heard from coders and developers that it's as good, if not better than Claude for coding. Here we've got the most powerful mixture of experts, language models. This one's a compact, high-performance mixture of experts model. And then look, expand for more models. And then there's Qwen 2.5 Max. So I think that one is the latest model. So here, let me just close that window. You can see one-stop shop, deep research, image generation, artifacts, analyze image, make a plan, code, summarize text, get advice, help me write, brainstorm. All right, let me just put in that prompt that Manus suggested and see what it comes up with. And I mean, normally I'd be using Poe anyway, and I haven't signed in. So if you wanted to try Qwen without giving your data over, so it says here are wonder questions. I wonder what an ecosystem is exactly. I wonder if my backyard is part of an ecosystem. I wonder how animals and plants help each other in an ecosystem. I wonder what happens if one animal goes extinct in an ecosystem, etc. These are great questions. Okay, let me just think then, what about, I'm going to try the deep research, because the deep research is something that I'm quite interested in. Oh, it looks like I've got 81,920 tokens. Great. Okay. Let me go back then to here. I'm going to press more, and what I want to do some deep research. Okay, so let me just, you know what I'm always interested in? I'm interested in inquiry-based learning, conceptual understanding. So can you please do some deep research about the importance and impact of inquiry-based learning for secondary and primary and early years classrooms, as well as teaching for deep conceptual understanding. Okay, and then here, okay, so let's go. I'm going to press enter here. I don't know how long this is going to take, so I may have to pause the video. Oh, and then it's asking me some questions. What specific outcomes or impacts are you most interested in exploring regarding, such as student engagement? Are you focusing on a particular subject? Do you intend to compare inquiry-based learning across different age groups? Okay, 1. Okay, so let me just answer number 1. Yes, I'm interested in looking at specific outcomes in terms of student engagement, motivation, academic achievement, critical thinking skills, and long-term retention of knowledge for all subject areas, for all grade levels. Okay, so how was that? Yeah, all right. And let's go. So it's going to go into deep research now. I'm so glad I didn't have to sign up yet, because sometimes I just want to explore and try a tool. And what I like about Qwen is, well, first of all, all the coders and developers say that the coding model is really good, but it's free. Like, we like free, right? We want models that are free to try. So I might hit the pause button, even though we've only been, looking at it for 30 seconds. I'm going to hit the pause button in case this goes on for 10 minutes, okay? And then I'll come back. So, see you in a bit. Okay, I have been waiting for 25 minutes and the deep research is still going on, but I just thought I would do a quick check-in so that you can see what it's done. I mean, this is pretty comprehensive, and I'm going to be checking also the links and the references. So let's just go all the way up. It's been doing this for 25 minutes. So research planning, the research focuses on comparing inquiry-based learning with traditional instruction methods to evaluate impacts on 4 specific student outcomes: academic achievement, critical thinking, engagement, and long-term retention. Deep conceptual understanding is explicitly defined by the user's ability to apply and transfer knowledge to different contexts. The scope covers all K-12 grade levels without subject area specifications, as I didn't identify those. The analysis requires direct comparison between the 2 instructional approaches across the entire K-12 spectrum with no constraints or additional parameters mentioned. Okay, so let's just have a look. Initiate literature search. So this is going on and on and on. I don't know how long this is going to be. If it's going to be an hour, then it's not very practical, is it? I suppose this is pretty comprehensive. So we've got powerful learning studies, systematic review of inquiry-based learning. Let's have a look at that. Okay, and that was actually here a little study. Yep, systematic review. This was published in 2024. And then let's look at the results. Findings indicate that inquiry-based learning positively impacts students' critical thinking, skills, motivation, and academic performance. Effective integration of IBL into curricula requires several key stages: comprehensive teacher training, the creation of supportive learning environments, and the use of technology to facilitate inquiry-based learning activities. However, challenges were noted, such as the need for substantial instructional support and varying levels of student readiness for self-directed learning. Okay, so looks like the sources are pretty good. I would still just double check all of these. I mean, we're up to nearly 30 minutes now. So, you know, can you be a little bit quicker? It's been going on for so long. I'm going to hit the pause button again. Table of the key studies on IBL affordances. Okay. I mean, it's pretty comprehensive, so that's probably why it's taking so long. But I think even Manus didn't take this long with the deep research. Okay, let's just, what is it doing now? It's actually, let's have a look. Final verification of classroom management differences. So conduct final verification of how classroom management challenges differ between inquiry-based and traditional instruction across grade bands. This will ensure comprehensive coverage of all required analysis components before concluding the research. Okay, so we're nearly there. The verification focuses on identifying specific management strategies, time constraints, time requirements, and student behavior patterns across different grade levels to complete the comparative analysis framework. Okay, so let me just hit the pause button. Hopefully it'll be another 10 minutes. And I'll see you in a little while. Okay, so it looks like after about 30 minutes, we've got the summary, final verification. Let's just have a look at this document. I'm going to open this up. And this is from University of Albany. Okay, 2013, Studies of Inquiry-Based Learning in 3 Fields of Education, Sparking Generative Conversation. Okay, so here... all right, inquiry based. So here is like, where is the actual, where is the actual final report? I can't, maybe I ran out of credits actually. But anyway, I wanted everyone just to have a look at Qwen, and I'm looking at Qwen 3, this particular model. So I can't actually see the summary, but I'm thinking after 30 minutes, I probably ran out of free credits, right? But it didn't tell me. So I'm going to just like, say bad response, and I'm going to say the deep research didn't give me the summary or conclusion. Okay, so let me just give that feedback. But I am interested to explore Qwen a little bit more. This is my first time to look at it, and I had to wait 30 minutes, admittedly, which is quite a long time, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to discount this tool. I mean, it's a free tool. I can't see the summary. Where is the summary? If somebody can tell me how to find the summary, and it says deep research stopped. So I think I probably ran out of credits. But you know, there's enough like sources here to actually look at them. I actually like Manus's layout a little bit better when it does the deep research, because it will give me links all together and I can just quickly click on them. This layout just seems to be not as user friendly, but it is giving me, you know, summaries and an explanation of each of the sources. Anyway, I'm going to make another video, maybe with some uses for the classroom. Remember when we looked at Manus, it gave us lots of different examples which we could use for any large language model. But you know, Qwen, I'm curious. Qwen, you've got me curious. Okay, so that was Qwen and me exploring the deep research, which took over 30 minutes, and I imagine that I ran out of credits, but I'm very curious. Qwen has got me curious because it's free, it's available to everybody to kind of try. I love how there's multi-functions on that one platform, multimodal, translations, videos, text-to-speech, image generation and visual readers. So, you know, you've got me curious. I'm going to keep exploring, and if I feel that it's worth it to make another video on how we can use it as teachers and educators, I will. But if you found that there's a great use for Qwen in your classroom, then please let me know in the comment section below. Thank you so much for joining me this week, and I hope to see you next time.